Hello everyone, welcome to the channel and my first video. Hey! Right, today we are going to start a series of games that you can play in 3 hours or less. That's the title anyway. The idea behind it is that if you haven't got a lot of time in the evening, you know, you may have school, or you may have to, your partner may want you to do the washing up, whatever it may be, then these are the games that you can just pick up. You'll know there'll be a good time, and you haven't got to invest too much time to learn the background, the story, or spend like an hour customizing your game character, which I love to do. I absolutely love customizing my character, but this is not what these games are for. These are just very simple pick up and play games that you can have a good time with in a few hours. So the first game I played as part of this series was Inside. Now, I've seen a few videos on it before, however I've not played it, I've not gone into too much detail and looking up what the game was about. I've not played the previous game that these guys had made. So yeah, I didn't know what to expect when I started playing it. Just to give you an idea, the normal games that I would play, I like AAA games like Dark Souls, Metal Gear Solid, Skyrim, those sort of games. So for me, this was a different experience, I must say. I started the game and they just dropped you straight in. No intro, no like backstory, absolutely nothing, which for me was very different. Normally I'm used to, you start the game, they'll give you an intro, maybe to give you a tutorial on what to do. This game drops you straight in. Which, to be fair, it was very refreshing, because you kind of just get on with it. It lets you get on with it. I would recommend having a look at the controls. They're very simple, which again makes this game so accessible to anybody, like people that haven't gamed before, people that don't game a lot, because the controls are literally 6 buttons. They're up, down, left, right, and grab and jump. That's it. They're the only controls you need to worry about, and that will be your mechanics for the whole games. If you're like me and you're used to having to learn a whole array of different buttons before you even start the game, this really does save time building towards what we're looking for. Games that you can just literally pick up and play with no time wasted on learning mechanics and anything like that. It is very simple, which again just makes this game perfect for what we're looking for. The next thing you notice when you get dropped into this world is it's very grey and dull. It's almost as if like they had inspiration from like a Tim Burton film, which really adds to the atmosphere and the world. It goes so well with how the game plays out. What adds to this is that they have hardly any music throughout the game. It's very much the sounds that your character makes, the wind and the rain in the background. The only time you'll hear music is if they're trying to build suspense when you're being chased, because in this game you get chased a lot by different people, and the music builds that suspense to the point until you've escaped these characters that are chasing you. It really does help you get involved in this world. Even though there's no story, you're still on edge waiting for something to happen, because you know it's coming. At any point you know it's going to come. So this brings me to the section where we talk about, are there any drawbacks with the game? Is there any problems with the game? I would say the only drawback, and the main one for me, is there's not much replayability with it. Once you've completed it, unless you have a really good imagination and you can think up of different stories when you play the game again, then it's very much the same game. By all means, it's a fun game to play, but once you've done it and you know all the puzzles, there isn't much reason to go back and play it again. So Matt, why play this game? You've said it's really pretty and it's a very simple game to play, which is all positives, but why else should you play this game? I'm going to tell you why. When playing this game, you get given a lot of decisions about the timing to make your runs and also when to jump, which gives you such satisfaction when you get there, because you'll die a lot of times. You'll get caught and it can get frustrating. You're like, I nearly made that jump. I was so close. But when you get there, it gives you such satisfaction. On top of that, And one of the main themes of this game is there are a lot of challenging puzzles. Now, I don't want to spoil it for you and tell you about the puzzles too much, but what I will say is you do have to use your brain to figure these puzzles out. They're not really simple. You have to use a lot of different game mechanics to figure out how to get to the next section. And the last section of the game is one of the weirdest pieces of gaming I've played in a long time, but it was so much fun. And when you get to that end part, you'll completely understand what I'm saying. And once you've done it, put in the comments what you thought and how you thought that ending was. Right, so would I recommend this game? Absolutely. The simple game mechanics make it very easy to pick up if you've only got a few hours, or if you're new to gaming, it's very easy to pick up. The art style's so interesting and it fits the world perfectly, as well as the gameplay being challenging and the puzzles also being challenging. It just makes for a good time for those few hours that you do play the game. For me, this is definitely the benchmark for games that you can play in 3 hours or less. It fits the description perfectly. To add to this, the game is reasonably priced at £14.99 in the UK and $19.99 US. Right guys, that's the end of the review. Thank you for watching my first video. If you can give me some feedback in the comments, that'd be awesome. I really appreciate it. Also, if you like the video, please like it. And if you want to see more of these types of videos, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to upload as often as I can. Yeah, see you in the next video.